Alright, well in this video we're going to talk to you about how to edit pick list values within your Salesforce org. And as a warning that this function should only be done by your system administrator. If this function is done by others that don't understand the ripple effects of this change, it could have consequences to your data. So proceed with caution and make sure that your system admin within your local Salesforce organization understands these effects. So without further ado, so you want to edit a pick list value on one of the objects in Salesforce. And you can do this on any object, and the same process is going to stick as I'm going to coach here. So if you go to a record, any record, in which you want to change a pick list value. So pick list values are things here. So ministry, mailing interest, different values in these lists or these options, communication preferences, many different types of pick list values. For Youth for Christ USA, we ask that you only change things that are allowed to be changed. So a good example would be ministry or mailing interest. So we'll cancel this out. So we're going to show you how to change those values. So for whatever object or whatever field you want to change, go on that page, and then you'll see this nice little pop-out sidebar. So you click that, and then I'll ask you a few different options here. You want to hit View Fields. So remember what the label of this one is, Ministry Mailing Interest. That's the label that we want to see. Hit View Fields. It's going to bring you back into the Setup menu and into the object that you are on. So most of the time it's going to be a custom field that you're changing. These are system standard fields. The Ministry Mailing Interest is under Contact Custom Fields. As you can see, there's a lot of different fields here, a lot of different ways to customize Salesforce, but we want to find just that pick list, Ministry Mailing Interest. So as you can see, here's that pick list. I want to look through, make sure it's not a managed package. Anything that you see here with a down exclamation mark is going to be a managed package. You're only going to be able to edit certain attributes of that. But as I scroll over, I see that this is a pick list multi-select. Good to know. So pick list or pick list multi-select are things that you can edit different values in. You will see some that say like formula or some sort of formula field. You really don't want to mess with any of those formula fields because it's referencing multiple locations. But because this is a nice standalone, this is a good example of editing a field. So pick list multi-select. And then what you're going to want to do is actually click on the object. Don't click edit. Click on the object, and that'll bring up its properties. So now this is going to look pretty familiar. The different values that you have here, executive director, general mailer, annual appeal, city life, those are those values that we had in there. One thing to note is that you do not want to change the data type. There's certain data types you can change, but if you change the data type, you're probably going to get a warning message that's going to say, if you change this, you're going to lose all the data that's in these fields in your organization. So word to the wise, do not change your data type without consulting someone that understands those implications. So let's go through. You just want to add a new value. Simply click New. Let's say it's YFC Wheels. Mailing list. And we can hit Save. And if you want to enter multiple values, you just simply hit Enter, and that would add additional values. So you can see that the pick list values are here. You can reorder those as well. So say you wanted to put YFC Wheels on top, or you can click this button and it's going to sort it alphabetically. And I'll do that for you. So really, in essence, what you just did was change your pick list value. You can replace replace values. You can delete from here. But understand that if you delete something, there's going to be effects to that as well. So just be very cautious of taking anything out. You don't want to delete values if someone else is relying on those values, and or replace those if people in your organization don't understand the implications of that. So let's go back to Matt Foster record. And we'll see that that change took place. So now if I go back into the ministry mailing interest, scroll down, should see the YFC Wales mailing list. So that's simple. It's a very simple step, but you want to understand the implications of changing some of these lists. So this same coaching or training applies to any object in Salesforce. So for an example, if you pull up a donation record and you want to edit pick list values in here, you'll see that little quick pop out. Click View Fields and go through that same process. But make sure you understand, like I said, the implications of changing these and how that, that may upset things that look at those fields. So if you're unsure, make sure you consult with someone that is more sure. But that's the easy way of changing pick list value fields.